donkey's ear shooting board for doing miters on boxes. We'll give it a test drive. Finished it today. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, press the bell so you get the notifications. And if you'd like to become a member of the Woodworking Masterclass channel, please hit the join button and get extra videos as well. So all right, let's get into it. It's got a slope here, a sloping donkey's ear. And what that is for when you're making boxes and you want to get 90-degree angles. A normal shooting board, nothing hard, nothing spectacular about it. You can shoot 90-degree angles there if you're doing butt joints. There's a insert here that allows you to shoot 45 degrees, if I can find that, which is kicking around here somewhere. There we go. So you can shoot 45-degree angles using that. So the job sits there and then the plane goes along there and gives you a nice 45 degrees. That's fine if it's a narrow board. But if you're doing a box, it could be 3 inches or 4 inches high, and you try and shoot that, your plane, for one thing, if you're using even a 5.5, which is the width of a 7, you're using that much, you're not planing this part here. In fact, you're planing even less because the blade isn't doing the full width of the plane. So it's very hard to get it, well, it's impossible to get a 45-degree angle that way. I suppose you could if you wanted to have another one around this way. Oh, hassle. So what you want is one of these donkey's ears, so it'll sit up nice and high, and when you pass your plane along, it can plane that surface there at 45 degrees. Now, this one I've made specifically, it will take other planes, but specifically I've made it for my shooting plane, which is a Veritas shooting plane. And you'll notice that in there I've got a brass rail that acts as a guide for the plane to sit in and goes backwards and forwards. So let's give it a test run. I've just got cleats on the back here, nothing flash, nothing fancy. In fact, I haven't even cleaned this one off. I'll plane it level there and also level there when I get around to it. I shall show you how it's held in place. I push that in, it locks up against the bench dog, and then with another dog I put in my tail vise, H&T Gordon tail vise, and just tighten that up. And that is not going anywhere. This is made for my Veritas shooting plane, which will fit nicely in that slot. And if I want it to be a bit nicer, I'll get a little bit of wax and give that a bit of a rub down there so it runs nice and smoothly. You can, you can put Formica on there or whatever you like, but a bit of candle wax and that, it's beautiful. It's got no slop, no play in it. I'm going to work to that pencil line there. And if you can see, well, you can't, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to take my word for it. There's a huge gap between this and the plane. So it's just a question of, you can hear the hit and miss. So just work with it. Coming up to that line now. There you go. And I'm right on that line. That is a really nice tight joint. There you go. That's it. That's all I wanted to show you. The donkey shooting board works.